Alright, what's going on with you guys? I'm back with a new video, and today I'm gonna be showing y'all how Wondagurl makes beats in FL Studio. So before we get into everything, if you guys are not already, make sure y'all follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Also, if you want any of the sounds that I use in this video, the links for all of my sound kits will be in the description below. So yeah, with all that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Alright, so here we are in FL Studio. So for this beat, I'm gonna be using a loop from my latest kit called Sample Library Volume 3. It's going to be a loop called Moon Shoes, and that's what it sounds like. Kind of have some Wondagurl vibes, but we're going to flip it a ton. And this is from my new kit called Sample Library Volume 3. It's 15 compositions I made, all in the style of OZ, Q-Beats, Frank Dukes, just kind of that whole vibe. If you do kind of want a longer preview of the kit, you can check out my latest video. I went through some of the loops, and also I have a preview on my Twitter. The first thing I'm going to do is match the BPM. And I think I'm going to pitch it down a ton. Like that. I want a little bit more texture or distortion to it, so I think I'm going to use Blood Overdrive. Also, pro tip, never forget to disable Fruity Limiter. Alright, so now I'm going to open up Edison and make sure on play is selected. So now I can press record and then play. And it's going to make a perfect loop for me. So now I can just delete the access and then drag it back onto the timeline. Now I'm going to add a Fruity Slicer and drag the sample into it. And then use the beat preset. And then Control B to duplicate it. So I think that's a good foundation for the melody. So the first thing I'm gonna add is an 808. And I think I'm gonna use the one called Cardio from my static drum kit. And I'm gonna go to the instrument tab and then turn the attack down, turn the decay down, turn the sustain down, and turn the release down, and turn the hold all the way up. So now if I like draw on a note, as soon as the note stops, the sample will like instantly stop as well. I'm going to cut some lows out of the melody so that the 808's more clear. So obviously a big part of the Wondagurl sound is the crazy 808 slides and stuff like that. And she does still use them, but I feel like she doesn't use them as much because they kind of got outplayed. But when she does them now, they're like a lot more subtle. So I'm going to add some pretty subtle 808 glides. And to do that, I just press this button right here, and that makes a glide note. And the shorter it is, the quicker the glide is. Alright, so now I'm gonna add a snare. So I'm gonna grab one from the static drum kit. Ooh, that one's perfect. It's the one called T. I'm gonna pitch it down some. It's a little too bright for me. That's perfect. And now some hi-hats. I'm gonna use this one called Zim. I'm gonna add a little bit of offset. I think I'm gonna speed this up some. It's a little slow. And now I'm gonna add a kick, and I'm gonna use the one called Bayonet from the drum kit. And in one of my videos, I remember somebody was asking why I was changing the pitch of the kicks. And basically sometimes if you kind of change the key of the kick, it sounds better with the 808. It just depends on what kick sample, what 808 sample you're using. So now I'm gonna add another snare. I'm gonna use this one called Radio. So with Wondagurl's percussion and snares and hi-hats and stuff like that, a big part of her bounce is she uses really staggered drum patterns. Like she'll do really quick bursts of like percussion and stuff. Kind of hard to explain, but once you catch on to it, you'll kind of understand it a little bit. And I'm also gonna do the same thing we did on the 808 with this snare. Like that, gives it a cool effect. And I'm gonna add a percussion. Let me use this one. And another percussion. Kind of offset it a little bit to give us some more bounce. And now I'm gonna add some open hats. So now I'm gonna add a little bit more flavor to the hi-hats because they're kind of boring. Gonna record the FL slicer melody into its own Edison just to make it easier to work with. So now I'm gonna lay down the melody twice, right click, make unique, and now I can pitch this all the way up. And I'm gonna add another unique one under this of the low pitch part and make it quieter. The high end part was kind of missing some medium to low frequencies. I'm gonna split by channel and then go to the playlist and use the plus key on my keyboard to separate all the sounds. So for the first half of the hook, I think I'm gonna leave the kick out, have it come in on the second part, and I'm also gonna have it like come in delayed, so hold up. So like cut the 808 out for the last part. Now the kick comes in. For the intro, I'm actually gonna add a gross beat to this, and then I'm gonna use the -12 preset. And that also reminded me that Wondagurl actually uses this a lot, so I decided to use the +1 preset as well. So now kind of gives the melody like a skipping sound. I think it sounds cool. Some people may not like it, but for the first part of the verse, I'm gonna go back to the low pitch part. And now I'm just gonna copy this over twice, and then I'm just gonna use this part for the outro. And now for the mastering, all I'm gonna add is just a soft clipper and an EQ to make it a little bit more crispy. Alright, so as you can tell, the beat's pretty much done for the most part. So I think the main things to take away from this tutorial is, first off, the 808. It's okay to go a little crazy with it, but don't go too crazy. And also keep like your percussion and snare sounds kind of staggered and make them hit in bursts. I really don't know how to word what I'm trying to say, but hopefully that makes some sort of sense. And of course, stick to really textured, dark, ambient style melodies. And for your drum sounds, make sure your snare is snapping. Sure you got a good kick and 808 sample. So yeah, like I said, if you want any of these sounds that I used in this video, the link for all of my kits will be in the description below. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you like and subscribe so you won't miss any of my future videos. So be sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Kyle Stemberger to stay updated. If you got any suggestions, questions, anything, comment them down below and I'll try and get back to as many of you guys as I can. So hope you guys did enjoy this video and learn something from it, and I'll see you guys soon.